According to the Akashic Records, what superpowers do humans possess and how can we access them? Please give us a total breakdown.
The human mind is an amazing thing, right? According to psychology, if somebody mistreats you, 9 times out of 10, it's because they...
Grand Rising family, welcome to Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who you think needs to see this or who you think would enjoy watching this, share it with them. These videos are for entertainment and educational purposes. I am not responsible for what you do or don't believe. This is your journey. Take what you believe and leave what you don't. I'm excited. I got my hoodie in last night. It says collective because I am the collective. And look what the back says. What? Quit playing with me, son. I was so excited when I got it. I was trying to get different numbers, like a number on the front and a number on the back. It wouldn't let me. It only let me put one number. So I picked the year I arrived on Earth this time. So, all right, let's do our affirmations. So our first affirmation is, my efforts are being supported by the universe. My dreams manifest into reality before my eyes. Keep a journal of your progress towards your dreams to see their manifestation over time. I love that. This one, so we were in class and the assignment was to write an affirmation and to give it to somebody. And so everybody wrote an affirmation, and the affirmation that I actually picked was from my classmate Reed. He wrote this. It says, "You are loved." And I put it in my affirmation jar. You are loved. Remember that. Even if you feel like nobody loves you, you've got to love yourself. You will always be loved when you love yourself. You will always be loved. Always. Remember that. You are the controller of your own reality. Just love yourself, friend. You'll get there. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get straight into it.
You know, if somebody needs a gift to appreciate you, that is not appreciation. That is a transaction. People only put value on material things because they don't know how to value actions. They constantly ignore the daily moments that matter. They ignore presence. They ignore effort. They ignore love. Then they go and buy something to fill the emotional hold, only to feel good for a second, just to go back to the same emptiness. And honestly, I don't see how people are not seeing it by now. You know, this whole country went from real opportunity to just straight up corporatism. The people are an afterthought. Everything is about a profit. Everything is about getting you to buy something. Every app, every ad, every holiday, every so-called deal, all of it points you to one thing. Spend money and keep the machine running. I mean, look around. They got people thinking that a new phone means progress, that a newer TV means happiness, that designer shoes mean status. They've tied everybody's self-worth so tight around material things that half of the country is in debt and still calling it normal. December hits and people rush into debt like zombies. They're maxing out the credit cards to pay interest all year to repeat the same shit again next December. And for what? For a quick reaction, a picture, a quick moment where 90% of the time they're not even grateful for? Listen, if somebody values you because of what you bought, that is not love. That is pressure. That is conditioning. And that conditioning is working on millions of people because the system trained them to chase approval instead of building self-respect. The whole thing is built to keep you distracted, to keep you consuming, to keep you worn down. Because a tired mind buys more. A stressed mind buys more. An insecure mind buys more. And that's the game. And the reality is you don't need any of it. You already have enough. You have what matters. Presence, connection, simple moments with the people you love. None of that costs $1. None of that needs a sale. So my tribe, with Black Friday around the corner, I hope you see the trap for what it is. The fake urgency, the fake deals, the fake pressure, the manipulation dressed up as a holiday. Listen, you're going to break the spell when you say no. When you stop letting companies tell you what happiness looks like. So remember, my tribe, the mission continues. Fuck the system this and every Friday. Don't give in to the pressure. Stay home. Go do something more valuable than spending the money you ain't got buying shit you don't need to impress a bunch of assholes that are not gonna appreciate it. Do something meaningful.
Right.
My tribe, I love you. Please be aware. And until tomorrow, namaste.
I love you too, brother. He's 1,000% correct. He is correct.
Harvard Medical School ran an experiment where volunteers spoke directly to their body. They were saying things like, "You're safe, you're healing, you did well today." And after 2 weeks, scans showed a measurable drop in inflammation. There's an entire field called psychoneuroimmunology, and they study how the brain, the nervous system, and the immune system communicate with each other. This field consistently shown that chronic stress, fear, and negative emotional states increase inflammation and suppress your immune function, while calm states like reassurance, emotional regulation, safety, those support immune balance and healing. When you speak to your body in a calming way, you're not magically curing disease, but you are signaling safety for your nervous system. When the nervous system shifts out of fight or flight, body reduces these stress hormones like cortisol. It improves immune signaling and it lowers inflammatory responses over time. Your body responds less to words themselves, but more behind the emotional tone. It responds as if the reassurance is coming from outside of you, because the nervous system doesn't distinguish between external, internal sources of safety. Your inner dialogue shapes your psychological state. The way you speak to yourself affects your nervous system. Your nervous system affects your immune system. Your immune system affects inflammation, healing, and overall health. That's not manifestation talk, that is biology. You're safe, you're healing, you did well today.
That was good.
Just, you have to ask yourself before you start your day, what do I want to bring to the world? Who do I want to become? Let me become that person. Let me disconnect from my outer world. Let me close my eyes. Let me make my inner world more real than my outer world. Let me remind myself of that 95%, the way I think, the way I act, the way I feel. Let me just get so conscious of those thoughts if I can. I'll start tomorrow. It's too late. It's her fault. It's his fault. There's something wrong with me. Get really aware of how I speak, how I act. Do I complain? Do I blame? Do I make excuses? Do I feel sorry for myself? What emotions are my primary emotions? What's my default? Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it self-pity? Is it unworthiness? What is it? What is it? Let's just get real about it. Okay, great day. A great day would be not going there the whole day. And if I catch myself, I'm going to catch myself, and I'm not going to say I failed, because that's a program. I'm going to say I caught myself. Okay, I'm going to change it now. Let me remind myself of the thoughts I do want to think. Let me remember them so I don't forget them. Let me rehearse my behaviors in my mind so I can do it when I have the opportunity. I want a shot at this. I want to evolve my life. I want to evolve my experience. And how am I going to feel today? I want to feel this feeling, keep bringing it up until I can't forget it. Don't get up. Do not get up until you feel that way. And if it takes you an hour, it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
And when it's the hardest, it matters the most.
Go clap, clap, and then you put your hands like this. Clap, clap, like this. But you start one with the index, one with the pinky, and then you just tap, 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 tap. Put your fist like this, and then after that put one hand like this. After that switch. And then switch, and then switch, and then switch, and then just
You could just practice that whenever.
The human mind is an amazing thing, right? According to psychology, if somebody mistreats you, 9 times out of 10, it's because they feel like you're better than them. So they will mistreat you to create a better power dynamic between y'all so they have more power. It's really like a coping mechanism. Instead of working on their inadequacies, they rather belittle you for being what they wish they could be. Psychology is one of the craziest things ever discovered by humanity.
Psychology, I love psychology. I love it.
You know, you really can't expect other people to see your vision, because if I told y'all I was going to crochet a smiley face with gold teeth and bantu knots and hang it up on a canvas, you would be like, what? But if I show you,
Hey,
you what?
Girl did her thing.
Or if I said I'm going to paint a 5-foot stick figure wearing a fur coat, you would be like, huh? I don't get it. But if I show you, you'd be like, what? That's
I love that.
Exactly. So you can't wait for others to believe in your vision. You have to create it so they can see.
Go create your vision. Nobody's gonna get it until
who they are.
I love that. Yes.
You change your thoughts, you change your life. If you change your thoughts, you change your life. And the thing that's so wild is whoever controls your mind controls your time.
Ooh.
Whoever controls your mind controls your time. Whoever controls your mind controls your time. So whoever controls your time controls your mind.
Beautifully said.
They controlling your whole life.
That was beautifully said. She ain't lying.
Hey, dig this. If you're not in control of your emotions, someone or something else is. Say what?
What?
If you're not in control of your emotions, someone or something else is.
Say it again, brother.
Look, emotions are the most powerful forces in the universe. And if you don't approach them with calmness and clarity, it can be very destructive. Think about it. Every choice you ever made was based off an emotional response. How you think advertisements work? We having a party down here, niggas. Come on down to Popeyes and get you some chicken. Next thing you know, you all excited, rushing out to get you a fucking two-piece. Or how about this one? Yeah, man, they down here right now, man. They said you a bitch and you ain't gonna do shit. What? Where my scrap at, man? I'm on my way. Now the judge like life. Hey, you gotta know how to redirect that energy. Emotion ain't nothing but energy, and it's all the same. Don't anger feel like excitement. Don't excitement feel like nervousness. Don't nervousness feel like love, because it's all the same. Every great performer will tell you they nervous before they get on stage. And what they do, they turn that nervousness into excitement, and next thing you know, they give you a great performance. So, if you can control your emotions, you can control your world. And that's the motivation for the day.
I'm learning to not respond from emotion. I also am learning that our emotions are guides. Our emotions are there to guide us, especially the negative ones. The negative ones, if you learn to tune into your emotions and allow them to... Okay, so I'll give you an example. Say that this person, every time you see them, they piss you off. They make you so angry. You try to have a conversation with them that you can't, but you continue to go around them. Well, that anger, that those emotions are telling you that you don't need to be around this person. You need to X them out of your life completely. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your significant other. It doesn't matter. Those are there to guide us into the direction that we need to go. But the problem with us as humans is that we will feel those emotions, and then one, we don't process them properly, but two, we will ignore what those emotions are telling us. I'm guilty of it also. I just recently had to make a big decision, and I had to make the decision not off of emotion because I felt bad. But this is what I was being guided to do. The divine had been on my heart for a really long time to make this decision, and I didn't because I felt bad. I had to sit within myself. I had to separate myself from that emotion, because as long as I allowed that emotion to control me, I wasn't going to make the decision that I needed to make for myself. And once I was able to separate myself from that emotion and say, okay, this is what needs to be done. The boundaries were set. They were continuously being crossed. I had to completely X that situation out of my life. And so I did. And now it is the best decision that I made. But what's crazy is that it took me so long to make that decision because I was not making it based off of my emotions. We need to learn to control our emotions. We need to stop allowing our emotions to control us, because that's what happens. And then we fall back on what needs to be done because we might feel bad. We might feel guilty. We might feel like, oh, no. Learn to separate yourself from that emotion. Listen to what that emotion is telling you and follow through. Execute that plan. It's not easy. I say it all the time. It's a skill. You got to practice it. Every pro was once a beginner. You have to just start doing it. Start setting your boundaries. And if people can't respect those boundaries, then you don't need those people in your life. Period. Period.
I think one of my biggest spiritual lessons that I've learned in life is learning that we're all reflections of each other. Therefore, everything in life is teaching me something about myself, slowly, gradually bringing me back to my ultimate truth. All right? Ram Dass has said that we're all our God in drag. Therefore, we all are cosplaying and masquerading as if we're not one, if we're not source, right? But in this play of life, we are learning from each other. We are helping each other grow. And like I said, the ultimate goal of life is to bring each other and bring everybody back to the ultimate knowing that you always were connected to source, that you was always source at the end. And I feel like once you understand that, you grasp that concept, it's beautiful. And then it's like, damn.
Quick question.
It is beautiful.
Would you stick your hand in high vibrational water? Water that's vibrating high? Or will you stick your hand in water that's completely still? That's crazy, right? Because when you look at it that way, high vibrational means boiling, chaotic, volatile, unpredictable. In stillness, well, there's comfort in that. There's clarity, control, power. See, something crazy happened. In the last 40 years, the spiritual world took the word vibrational from physics and mixed it with emotions and then forgot the difference. You know what I mean? People started using the word high vibrational like it means awakened, enlightened, evolved. But that's not how vibrations work, scientifically or energetically, at all. So let's get a clearer understanding of this, right? In physics, high vibration means fast, unstable, volatile energy, correct? While low vibrations mean slow, dense, grounded energy, correct? But zero vibrations, true stillness, is the most stable state there is in existence. Let's go back to the boiling pot of water. When energy stops shaking, it becomes clear. The noise settles and the truth appears. So is this confusion done by design, this play on words? Is it done by design? Because emotionally, we use the word vibrational as a metaphor, not as a measurement of emotions. We say that love, peace, joy, these emotions move smoothly through the body and the energetic field. That's what they say. While fear, guilt, shame move slowly, dense, they drag, they feel heavy, they stick. So what had happened is that the New Age teachers labeled one group high vibrational and labeled the other group low vibrational. This was poetic. This was symbolic. This wasn't literal. And social media came along and turned this metaphor into a rule. Now everybody in the mama thinks that high vibrational means more better, more spiritual, more divine, more enlightened. But if you study meditation, martial arts, mysticism, even trauma healing, you learn the same truth across all traditions. The goal isn't to vibrate faster. The goal is to vibrate with intention and then return to stillness. Stillness is not low vibrational. Stillness is not high vibrational. Stillness is its own sovereign state. Stillness is when you stop reacting. Stillness is when you stop being pulled by these different magnetic energies of fear or excitement. Stillness is when all emotional and artificial static dissolves, and the truth, the one, is left behind to listen. So when somebody says, bruh, raise your vibrations, raise your vibes, they're not talking about frequency, they can't. They're talking about density. So what they're actually trying to say is to release, let go, release the weight. Release the emotional baggage so that your awareness, your consciousness can move freely about. So my beautiful people, the real mastery is stillness. Stillness is what gives you perception. Stillness is what gives you discernment. Stillness is what gives you sovereignty.
Bro, I needed to hear that. For real. That's good. That is a gem.
Think about it. Who does the land, the water, and the natural resources of this planet belong to? Who decided that one human could stand up one day and declare, "This is mine, and you must pay to use it"? Did you sign a contract when you were born agreeing to these terms? No. You arrived here pure and unbound, but you were immediately ushered into a world where access to the very essentials of life, land to live on, water to drink, food to eat, comes with a price tag. And that price tag is not set by nature. It's set by the system. This is one of the most effective forms of programming, convincing people that they must earn their right to exist on a planet they were born into. Ownership of resources is not just about wealth, it's about control. When a small group controls land, water, energy, and food production, they don't just control the economy, they control human behavior. They can dictate where you live, what you eat, what you pay, and even what's possible for your future. This is why throughout history, control of resources has been at the heart of nearly every major conflict. Not ideology, not religion, but the raw power of ownership. Divide and distract. One of the oldest strategies in politics is divide and rule. Keep the population fighting among themselves over ideology, identity, race, religion, and they will never unite to question the system as a whole. This is why political discourse is so often framed as us versus them. It's a psychological trap. If you're focused on winning against your neighbor, you're not looking at who built the arena you're fighting in.
Ooh. Another gem dropped.
Have you seen this video?
According to the Akashic Records, what superpowers do humans possess and how can we access them? Please give us a total breakdown.
According to the Akashic Records, human beings are not simply physical organisms. They are multidimensional soul beings encoded with a vast range of spiritual abilities that most would consider superpowers. These are not fantasies. They are dormant faculties of divine consciousness waiting to be remembered, activated, and refined through awareness, embodiment, and soul evolution. Here's your full breakdown. The true nature of human superpowers. Human beings were originally designed as avatars of source consciousness, capable of interfacing with multiple dimensions at once. The so-called superpowers are actually natural soul gifts aligned with different layers of the human energy field, including the chakras, light body, pineal gland, heart torus, DNA, especially dormant etheric strands. These powers were suppressed through karmic interference, genetic manipulation, trauma cycles, and collective amnesia, but they were never erased. They simply sleep until the soul is ready. Core human superpowers and their functions. 1. Clairsenses, psychic abilities. Clairvoyance, seeing beyond the veil, visions, auras, symbols. Clairsentience, feeling others' emotions, energies, and timelines. Clairaudience, hearing guidance from other planes, guides, ancestors, source. Claircognizance, sudden inner knowing without explanation. These activate through stillness, meditation, pineal gland decalcification, and trust in subtle perception. Energetic influence and healing, hands-on or distance energy healing. Manipulation of one's biofield or another's with intent. Chakra tuning, aura repair, and frequency shifts. These are often remembered through Reiki, Qigong, Tantra, or innate soul memory. 3. Telepathy and empathic merging. Direct mind-to-mind or heart-to-heart communication. Emotional merging across distance or time. Receiving dream downloads or thought projections. Accessed by clearing ego filters, developing mental silence, and practicing loving resonance. 4. Elemental and environmental mastery. Weather influence, plant communication, animal telepathy. Relationship with the elements, water, fire, earth, ether. Some ancient souls recall abilities to part water, call wind, or anchor light grids. These powers return through nature communion, reverence, and soul-level purification. 5. Astral travel and remote viewing. Conscious separation from the body during meditation or sleep. Visiting other realms, star systems, or soul planes. Accessing information across time and space.
You want to know an easy way to have self-esteem? Just move like how Rick moved. Don't be a narcissist. Don't be an unempathetic. That's not what I'm saying. Remember when Rick was being super honest, but it was super controversial and everybody started booing him on stage? And he said, quote unquote, "Your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer." Then all the noise calmed down and he said something else controversial. And everybody started booing him again. And he said, quote unquote, "Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem." Have a Rick mentality in life. Stop giving up. Now, it's easier said than done, but once you learn...
Sure. Yeah, what he said. Hey. That's not as easy as it looks.
Diamond is a crystal, if you didn't know. And diamond is one of the strongest crystals on the earth, if you didn't know. Diamond's so strong, you need diamond to cut diamond. You can't use steel to cut diamond. On a diamond drill, on the drill tip, it's another diamond to cut the diamond. Okay? Why is diamond so strong? The reason diamond is so strong is the same reason why we are so weak. Yup. Why diamond so strong? Listen, diamond is 100% carbon. We are carbonated beings, okay? We are fractals of carbon. That's where you get all your color from. The green on the plants, the brown on the trees, color on anything. The red in the tomato, all of this is due to carbon. And I'm gonna tell us this. Diamond is carbon on top of carbon. Carbon atoms on top of carbon. So it's built up, and that's why it's so strong. And we're so weak because all of our carbon is spread it out. We spread it out, we introverted. We spread it out, we don't work together. We spread it out, we don't stick together. We spread it out.
Makes sense. I'm gonna try this. He just showed you what to do, but you can go to his page. His information's right there.
In 1966, scientists conducted a crazy experiment with some monkeys. So, they put these monkeys in a room and then they put a ladder with some bananas on top of it. So the monkeys did the obvious thing. They tried to climb the ladder to get to the bananas. But whenever one of the monkeys tried to get to the banana, the scientists did something kind of messed up. You see, they would spray the rest of the monkeys with cold ass water. It finally got to a point where anytime a monkey tried to go get those bananas, the other monkeys would give them the beats. One by one, the scientists started to replace the original monkeys with new monkeys. And whenever a new monkey would attempt to get those bananas, they were all met with the same fate. And obviously the new monkeys did not know what was going on, so they would eventually catch the beats as well. Now by the end of the experiment, they had replaced all of the monkeys, and they stopped spraying them with cold water. Although they wanted those bananas, none of them would go get it, because being scared of going up that ladder was now the new norm. And they definitely were not trying to find out why. Now the scary part about this story is that most humans move just like those monkeys.
You need something in your life as badly as you need to breathe. That's when you'll create it. If you look at history, all people succeeded mostly when they had a disaster, because the disaster created massive amounts of pain and desperation. You create things either out of inspiration or desperation, and most of it comes from desperation, right? That's when things are created, of desperation, sometimes out of inspiration. This is when you have a need. This is when you have pain. This is when you contract energy. You have to have something that you absolutely 100% will not tolerate anymore. And it has to be something that gives you massive pain. This way you can focus on and clearly define what you want. Now the universe works. And why does the universe work together to help manifest or create your reality? Because in that amount of pain, you are motivated to action.
That was really good. Yeah, the monkey one, this is what I say. If you don't keep trying until you succeed, then you'll always live with the regret of, what if I would have just tried one more time? Think for yourself and don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to not be a follower. Follow your spirit. Follow what is telling you inside. Follow that. Listen to that voice. Don't follow what other people are doing, because you just become a part of the system. You become part of the program. You allow your brain to be programmed by something that isn't even real. Just like those monkeys. And it's a process. We have to practice at this, man. We have to do better. We have to be better. We have to think better. We have to treat other people better. We have to treat ourselves the way we want other people to treat us. So I give myself unconditional love. And I accept myself just the way I am. And I respect myself. I respect my boundaries. It wasn't easy. It took a little while for me to get here. But I've arrived. And I will not allow people to overstep my boundaries anymore. I will not allow myself to be treated like shit anymore. I will not allow myself to be in a bubble of ignorant bliss anymore. The truth will set you free. And that statement couldn't be more on point. The truth will set you free. I refuse to work a job. I'm not working a job. I'm not following into their idea of who I should be in society, because I'm a great person. I love people unconditionally. I accept people just the way they are. I aim to build, uplift, motivate, and inspire. And as long as I keep that mentality, everything else will fall into place. I don't know how, I don't know when, but it doesn't matter, because it's already mine. I'm already where I want to be in life. Even if I'm not in this moment, I'm already there. I'm already with the man that the divine has created me for, that the divine created for me. We are already together. I already have all my children back in my life. I'm able to help everybody. That is the mentality that we have to have in order to get to where we want to go. And never give up on your dreams. Never give up on yourself. Always believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. Because I'll tell you this, I'm surrounded by people that don't believe in me. I'm surrounded by people that tell me I can't. I'm surrounded by people who think I'm crazy and who think I'm delusional. I don't care. I know that I'm not. Thank you for tuning into Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who you think would enjoy watching this, or you think needs to see this, share it with them. I hope you have an amazing 24 and the best 7 yet. And I pray the divine radiates love and kindness and compassion and abundance and peace and joy and all the things over your life today, tomorrow, and forever, till I see you on the next one. I love you.